Dan with Guardian Mold Prevent here. I want to take a look at an attic space located in Des Plaines, Illinois. This is a home that was placed on the market by the homeowner, and a inspector for the potential buyer came in and flagged this attic space for mold growth. Now you can see that there is some staining or discoloration that's developed on the underside of the plywood sheathing in the attic space, and it's as a result of poor ventilation and some insulation deficiencies that have caused there to be condensation in the attic space. And when you've got organic material like wood and mold spores present in the air, and then condensation that develops, you ultimately end up with a recipe for mold growth. Now, the buyers of this house have requested that the homeowners have professional mold remediation services performed so that they would proceed with the sale of the home. I want to look quickly with you at a diagram of what the attic space is meant to look like. You can see that there's supposed to be a good insulation barrier at the ceiling to keep the house heat down and out, especially in the winter time. At the lower portions of the roof, there's lower vents that allow for cold air to get up into the attic and past the insulation, and then the cold air then forces the warm air up and out through the upper ventilation, keeping the air temperature in the attic relatively similar to the surface temperature of the wood. When there's a differential there, you end up reaching dew point, condensating, and getting mold growth. Now you can see that we were able to get most of the mold staining in this plywood out completely. What we do is we come in with a biocide, which is a product that kills mold on contact. We then physically scrub down the surfaces of the plywood and also the truss supports in this attic. And then we apply what we call a mold stain remover. It's a product that takes out a very high percentage of the mold staining that's present. And in this case, nearly all of it came out. The plywood looks clean and bright like it did when it was initially installed and before the deficiencies in the ventilation and insulation were able to cause condensation. Now again, we're looking at a still photo of what the mold growth looked like before we performed our remedial services, and then we'll take a look at a still shot of what it looked like after the mold remediation was finished. And this homeowner is very happy now because they can close on their home and complete the sale.